How's it going, guys? It is David Claydon from KZR Racing once again, and welcome back to my F1 25 Breaking Point 3 for the start of chapter number 4. If you guys did miss the last episode, do feel free to check out the channel and subscribe. You'll find the playlist as well in the channel place as well. Yeah, a lot to go through, and as well, if you did miss the last episode, I won't spoil too much for you, but you can probably see for yourself with the start of chapter number 4 at the Dutch Grand Prix 1 month later. The sudden death of Konnersport team owner Davidoff Butler comes as a shock not only to his family but the sport as a whole. However, F1 waits for no one as the grid heads to Zandvoort. Yes, there was some suspicious behaviour from Davidoff Butler, and as it turns out, he wasn't well, and it was serious enough to warrant his passing away, unfortunately. So let's head in to the cutscene.
A lot of drivers are posting some of their best times, but so are we.
Yeah, they can push all they want, they're not catching us.
One more question about your dad, if that's okay.
Oh no, we've already issued a public statement.
Well, the press release didn't say how you felt personally, so I was just wondering if you'd care to elaborate on that, as the family?
We loved him dearly, and we miss him very much.
Yeah, he was a good dad. He was a good man. He loved this team, loved this sport, and most importantly, he loved his family. He was very generous, very supportive. He was a good dad. Right, Kelly?
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, thanks.
Thank you. It's not hard, Cal. You just show a little bit of emotion like a normal person. He was a good man who loved his family. Simple.
Did he?
Come on, not this again. Look, what more did you want from him? I mean, I know you two had a rough patch, but you owe him just as much as I do.
Huh. You really believe that?
Well, tensions are
Hey,
not.
boss. Got another one for you.
The tensions are very high between those two siblings. It's not looking good for either of them. We've got the first bit of admin, a problem called Devon. Following Davidoff's passing, the team are a bit directionless, and Devon isn't helping. He's interfering with people's work and ramping up the pressure on the team members. We can either give them time off, team address, or socialise. I'm going to go with team address, as you probably just saw there. Just help get everyone on the same page. And now we've got Devon with his lifestyle guru, who's not really a professional in what he does. But yeah, with that, we can either allow a decline. I'm going to decline this one. It's not really something that we need distracting our drivers at this moment in time. So Devon is going to have to make do without.
Hey, Andrea.
Hey, how's everything? How's Kali?
Well, she insists we stick to the schedule, so business as usual, I guess. I don't know what else to do.
Do you think she's okay?
No idea. She's difficult to read. Always has been.
Would Devon talk to her?
Haven't asked. They have a strange relationship, those two.
Some things never change, eh? Listen, I'm around. You call me if you need me, yes?
Thanks, Andrea.
Andrea offering his support in these difficult times, especially with Callie and Devon not coping as well as we would like with this situation going on.
Hey, Cal.
Hey, so you wanted to chat? What's up?
Yeah, I just wanted to check that everything's okay with you.
Yeah, I'm fine. I'm all good. Ready to go.
Good. So, look, I'm gonna ask you straight. Are you okay to drive today?
Of course. Why wouldn't I be?
Listen, you know what I'm saying.
I'm saying I'm fine. I need to prepare, so I'll get going if that's everything.
See you soon.
See you soon.
Kelly there further proving the point. Casper Ackerman, her steadfast supporter, offering support, but she's not ready to accept the help in regards to the situation.
Hey, Devon. Just the man I wanted to talk to.
Yeah, you and a million others, mate. Look, I've just seen some dark clouds approaching. Is it going to rain?
Our radar's looking good. No rain expected. Hey, listen, while I got you, just wanted to check in. See how you're doing.
Well, I don't see what that's got to do with the weather.
Okay, Devon, I'm just going to ask you directly. Are you okay?
You know what, Casper? I've just realized I would like to be discussing literally anything else right now. Okay? Look, I've got some concerns about our upgrade package. The main one being, where is it?
It's in progress.
Yeah, what's in progress is Red Bull are embarrassing us. They're not slowing down, you know? Meanwhile, we can't even deliver a minor upgrade. That is, in case you forgot, your responsibility. We're going backwards.
Devon, just please give me some time. A bit of patience. We should be in a good position very soon.
Should won't cut it. But okay. I'll be waiting. Ciao.
Yeah, Devon not confronting the issue at hand with his father's passing, or Callie for that matter. So, yeah, we're going to be in for a rough time, as we're now going to head into mid-race of the Dutch Grand Prix with expectations high following their recent run of form. Callie Mayer finds herself struggling in the early stages of the Dutch Grand Prix. Well, no radio message or chatter from Callie. She's obviously not very interested in it at the moment. Well, we've got 9 laps left in the Dutch Grand Prix, and we've got to get to P5 before the end of it. We're currently P11, or P10 at the moment, I should say, sorry, as we have a look at Hulkenberg. We tried to switch back on the exit turn 1. He moves across to block it, but we go around the outside of turn 2, and then we're going to hang him out in turn 3. To take P9 as we now head off to the Mercedes of George Russell. We've got DRS, plenty of battery to work with as we go down this short straight. Move to the outside as George blocks off the inside, and that gives us the inside for the second part of this chicane. And that is P8 done and dusted as we're now chasing after Hamilton as we set the fastest lap of the Grand Prix in the process. So we've still got plenty of time left to run in this Dutch Grand Prix, so we're going to see if we can move off and catch Hamilton now.
What a race this has been from Callie Mayer. Threatening so many times, but she's under pressure here. And, oh, she's lost it! Oh, no! Lost it at the third turn. Her race is over. And I'd imagine that's a red flag.
It just looks like she ran a bit wider. Here's the replay. Had a snap of oversteer. Wasn't quite able to catch it. And yeah, this is going to be a red flag. There it is.
Oh, dear. What a great day it could have been. And the Konnersport team watches on from the pit wall. It was all looking so promising.
Is Callie all right? Is she okay? She's absolutely fine, yeah, don't worry. Right, it's all on you now. Let's keep the focus up. We've got a chance to improve our position at this restart. Okay, copy that. Let's try this again. Fresh start, head down. Copy.
Yeah, not the sort of thing we want to see. Callie Mayer has had a crash going into turn 3 and took out Hulkenberg and Russell with her. Quite a nasty crash, I should point out, and now we're transferred over to Aidan Jackson down in the bottom half of the grid. As lights out and away we go again after the red flag, and we get a good start moving to the outside of the wheels of Logan Sargent. Nice little pocket of air on the outside to make up quite a few places as we head into turn 1 around the outside of the Aston Martin of Alonso. He's just going to give us enough room now as we now look ahead to the fighting duo of Norris and Tsunoda. Norris gets put off by Tsunoda, and that gives us enough of room to sneak through into P10, and now we've got Tsunoda ahead of us. P9, we get a wash of understeer there as Norris comes back up the inside, but we're just going to have the overspeed on the corner to hold him off there. As we now move on to the later in the lap, a bit of a messy move as we dive it down the inside of St Nova for P10, as we now got Albon in our target position. We need P8 ahead of us. We're going to follow him through these last few corners. I will say, you would have seen as I chased Tsunoda, that wash of understeer. The dirty air on this game is much more prolific, as we now, Albon defends very aggressively to the inside as we go into turn 1, but we're going to get back to the racing line smoothly around the outside as we're now into P8. But let's see how far we can go. That rest of the field is not that far ahead of us. Now we're going to chase Gasly onto the next lap as we set the fastest lap. Throw it down the inside into turn 1. Gasly saw it coming and fortunately backed out of that. Avoided a nasty collision. Now we got the McLaren of Oscar Piastri ahead of us in P6 as we now hunt him down again onto the next lap. We wait until we get DRS and ERS going. Piastri himself is going to move to the inside, but he's in a McLaren. It's in a much better car than Williams. He's going to hold it on the inside. He gets a little bit of speed on the exit, but again we've got the racing line going into turn 2, and that seals off the move of Piastri, but not much else happens after this, guys, because you're about to see as we go into this same corner again where we followed Tsunoda, as I chase Hamilton, as we come into this corner now, we just look at that understeer from the dirty air in the car, from the car in front. It's just so much more pronounced on this game. And later on, you can see on the right-hand side, I did check to see if we got any front wing damage, but we didn't. It was literally just the dirty air, and on the last lap, again, just washing wide. There's not much we could do about that, and so we're going to have to settle, unfortunately, for P6. It's just the nature of Zandvoort in general. There's no way you can follow cleanly on this track unless you're directly behind the car in front of you. So yeah, not the ideal day for Konnersport in this one, unfortunately.
Have to say, this has been a memorable race here at Zandvoort today, and an important race too, as Red Bull reclaim the top spot in the Constructors' Championship and Konnersport drop into second.
Yeah, I mean, Jackson tried his best to salvage some points today, but Konnersport be devastated to give away the top spot like that. It's truly been a difficult few weeks for the team.
As you know all too well, Anthony, it can be a punishing sport sometimes, but I'm sure Konnersport will regroup.
Aidan, Callie's incident really shook things up out there. How did it affect the race for you today?
Yeah, it really did shake things up, but look, Callie's an incredible driver. She always drives right to the limit, and you know, her instincts out there today, they are the same instincts that have given us this season so far. So it's been tough for her recently, but the team has her back, I have her back, and we'll all keep pushing together.
Well, Konnersport dropped back to second place today. How will the team deal with that?
Yeah, we'll do what we always do. We'll debrief and look where we change, where we can improve. It wasn't quite clicking for us out there today, so that means reassessing a few things and figuring out where we've gone wrong. Whether it's strategy or whether it's just a matter of performance, we'll sit down as a team and figure out the best way forward.
Well, it's clearly been a very tough few weeks for you all with the loss of Davidoff Butler. How are you coping?
I think in terms of the day-to-day operation of the team, I wouldn't say it's had any real impact. At the end of the day, we're all professionals and we've all got a job to do, so we know the only way of dealing with his loss is to keep moving forward. We can't afford to let up, so yeah, we've focused on sticking to the schedule and sticking to the approach and just looking forward to the next result.
Thank you so much for your time.
Yeah, things not looking good for the Konnersport team as we head into the post-race of the Dutch Grand Prix. Already reeling from the loss of Davidoff Butler, Konnersport have a race to forget at Zandvoort as Meyer crashes out in dramatic fashion. To make matters worse, the result sees Red Bull leap back into first place in the Constructors' standings. As we now head into Aidan Jackson's motorhome, all the admin to take care of. No doubt we're going to get a couple of phone calls in the process here.
Aidan, thanks for your input in the review.
Yeah, no worries. It was productive. You know, especially considering everything. It's a weird vibe in the garage. Everyone's pretty quiet.
Yeah, can you blame them?
Suppose not. How's Callie?
Yeah, I was going to ask you the same. She's, keeping herself to herself.
Yeah. It must be terrible for her and Devon. I can't even imagine. I know I'm not part of the family, and I'm just here to drive, but I want to help where I can. Just let me know what I can do to support them and you.
Thanks, Aiden. Yeah, I'll bear that in mind.
I mean it. Focus on Devon and Callie for now. I don't need much managing. You can fuss over me later.
Okay. I appreciate that. Sometimes I forget that,
Forget what?
Well, you wouldn't have said that as a rookie. So, I've got some other stuff to deal with, but thanks.
Yeah, anytime. Bye, Casper.
Yeah, quite a lengthy phone call from Casper. Also, shout out to Aiden, stepping up here in a bit of a way. Almost taking on almost like a team leader sort of thing on the other side of the garage, especially when the other side and the other side of the family is falling apart right now. So, yeah, big respect to Aiden, especially after Breaking Point 2 made him seem like a little bit of a dick, to be honest. But yeah, so we're going to head into the next chapter now and see what happens next.
Well, Davidoff dying hit everyone hard. I mean, we were there, right at the top. But no matter how everyone tried to keep it together, it was just impossible to keep pace with Red Bull.
We found out afterwards that Davidoff had been ill for some time. He kept it from everyone. Tried to get as much in place as he could before he left. It was tough. But Devon and Callie, they had a lot to sort out.
Yeah, both Casper and Aiden summing it up perfectly with the situation going on as we now head to the Butler estate back in the UK. Finding some time between the chaos of the race weekends, Callie and Devon return home to attend the reading of their father's will. So, we got a little inkling from the trailers what this might be, so we will head in to see what Davidoff's last wishes were.
Which is why, in the event of my death, I leave Butler Global and all of its assets to my son, Devon. I know you'll be watching this, Devon. And I hope that now you'll understand everything that I've prepped you for over the years, especially now that you're not driving anymore. Be a leader, Devon. The business is yours. I know you've got it in you.
That's it?
Those are his wishes. You are to be the sole owner of Butler Global and all its holdings and subsidiaries.
Including Konnersport?
Including Konnersport, Mr. Butler.
Right. Nothing for Callie?
That's okay.
What do you mean that's okay?
Well, it's not a surprise, Dev. I didn't expect anything.
Why not? So, are you sure this is right?
Oh, sure, Mr. Butler. Those were his wishes.
You'll be great. That's what he wanted. Just don't fire me, yeah?
If I could just get you to sign here, and your full signature there, please, Mr. Butler.
Yeah, sure.
Hey, boss, got a couple of minutes?
Hey, Kelly, thanks for the call.
What's up? I saw your text.
Yeah, look, you've had a lot on recently. I was wondering, it's just an idea, if you'd like some kind of support. When I've struggled before, it really helped to talk to someone, like a professional.
Well, no. I am good, thank you. I will figure it out. Please don't make a fuss.
Okay. Are you sure? I mean, we're here to support you, and I just want to make sure you're not on your own.
I'm sure. Thank you, though. Anyway, I gotta go. I need to go and do the open-top bus track tour thing. See you later.
Okay. Bye. Devon, you're making my life very difficult.
Nice to talk to you too, mate.
Well, you directly went against my plans for a town hall for the team.
What? I genuinely have no idea what you're talking about right now, okay? I have got so much going on right now, it's unbelievable.
Devon, I can't do the things I need to do.
Dude, move on, okay? Team morale is the least of my worries at the moment. By the way, Harmonia.
The pharma company. I've seen them on the news, some legal troubles, right? What about them?
I think we should look into a deal with them, generate some income.
I'm not so sure about that. Don't you think we need to stay clear of someone who's in...
Caspar, there is so much going on above your head right now, you have no idea, okay? This is a good opportunity. Oh, look, I've got an interview with Investor Weekly magazine. I have to go. Yeah, ciao.
So, not the best start, Callie, but we have still got time, so let's push, please.
Okay.
Okay, the safety car is out. Safety car is out. We need to form up at reduced pace. Keep a close eye on that delta time. Make sure to keep it positive. Okay, slow down, slow down. Your delta's negative, which means you're going too fast. Reduce your pace.
Copy that.
Okay, clear. The gap to the car in front is less than 1 second now. Well done. Let's try and get past in the DRS zone. Absolutely awesome. Just amazing, mate. Well done.
Woo! Yes!
Well, talk about taking advantage. Mayer was really nowhere to be seen until the safety car. What a turnaround.
Yeah, that result keeps the team competitive at the top of the table. She recovered really well for an impressive finish at the end there.
And following a significant dip in form, I think there's a glimmer of hope for Konnersport today, and they've kept pace with Ferrari in the battle between the top three.
Hey, have you seen Callie anywhere?
Yeah, she's around there.
There you are. What are you doing back here? You know, everyone's looking for you.
That's precisely why I'm back here.
You okay?
It's not meant to be like this. I haven't even cried. Just feel sick.
What do you mean?
Well, when someone dies, you're supposed to let it all out, right? Cry and gnash your teeth and wail. And I just can't. He was never there for me, Aiden, so nothing's changed.
It's all right, Cal.
I see Devon upset and I resent him for it. It's different for Devon, it always was. And I've tried blanking it out, suck it up and drive, you know. But all I can think is I'm doing exactly what the great Davidoff butler would have wanted me to do. And I hate him for it. Then I remember he's gone and the whole cycle starts again.
You need to talk to someone about this, Callie.
What do you think I am doing? Hi.
Finished strong out there today, Cal.
Yeah, thanks. Felt good.
Are you doing all right? It seems doing really well.
I guess.
Just all tickety-boo.
Sorry, Dev. Is this congratulations or...
Yeah. No, absolutely. Congratulations. Great to see you thriving.
Thanks. Are you okay?
Me? I'm golden, mate. Yeah. Got ahead.
Mum.
Ooh, send up a flare. Someone picked up. I'll alert the media.
I mean, I think they've got plenty to say about me already.
Oh, haven't they just? But listen, congratulations, Cal. I knew you'd turn it around after the safety car.
Yeah, thanks. Worked out well.
Because you're an incredible driver, that's why. Listen, I just read that piece comparing you and Devon. Did you read it?
Kinda.
Well, I don't think those kinds of comparisons are fair. I really don't. I tried calling Devon, but he's just so busy these days. How is he?
Upset. Maybe even upset with me. He still doesn't really get it, you know. It's like he thinks Dad was kind or something.
Well, your father was many different men, Cal. Many different men. It's complicated.
Yeah. I'm, gonna go.
I'm here for you if you need me.
You can stop saying that, Mum, I know.
All right. Just making sure.
Bye, Mum.
Okay, feedback on the front wing, please. How's it feeling?
I can manage it till the end.
Okay, listen, we'll leave you to it then. Go for it.
Okay, so we're going to jump into... This is going to be a shorter race than most normal. We got hold on to P4, which is our current position now, but we also have the objective of securing third place just ahead of us in the form of Sergio Perez. You can see the understeer kicking in from that front wing damage. I don't pull over to check of it, so we're just, as you can see, going up the hill. I'm having to, again, just that slight trace of understeer on these faster corners, but it doesn't stop us setting the fastest lap of the Grand Prix, and we are now within the, in striking range of Perez as we come off the centre S on turn 3. We've got on the battery early, and now we're on the DRS. We carry a whole load of momentum down the straight towards turn 4. Perez defends to the inside. We've had to drop it down to third gear to get the car to turn in and stay where it is. We're going to hold it around the outside. Perez can't quite hang on to his position. We've now got third place as we now head up the hill, but at this long right-hander, we understeer again, go off wide, and Perez sees an opportunity to stick it down the inside as we head into the slower sections of the second sector, but we just managed to hold him off, and we get ourselves collected, and we are going to hold on to this position for the next 3 laps. Lap 18, Max Verstappen wins the Grand Prix, but we, as Cali Mayer, with a damaged front wing, are going to hold on to P3. And again, some much needed points, but I get the feeling that Cali's decision is not going to set well with some people behind the scenes.
So as we come into this tail end of the season, you just get a feeling that Konnersport are just losing their edge.
They're just not bringing enough points to the table every weekend, are they, Crofty? They're losing touch with Red Bull.
And Ferrari are nipping at their heels too. So is there enough time to turn things around? On this form, I'm not so sure. Red Bull are our winners today after showcasing some incredible...
Callie, clearly some front wing damage there at the end of the race. You decided not to pit. Just talk us through that decision.
Yeah, look, in a situation like that, I'm going to go for the option with the highest potential gain. There may have been a time where Konnersport were happy to even finish in the points, but that time is well behind us now. We're in a title fight, and you just can't beat Red Bull by playing it safe. Staying out there, it might have looked like a risk, but really it wasn't. It was the right call.
Well, clearly you lost some ground to Red Bull today. Just a few races left in the season. How concerned are you?
It's not what we're hoping for, but we've still got time left to close the gap, and we've all seen how much ground Konnersport can close on Red Bull when it counts. Today wasn't ideal, but Konnersport will continue to fight for the title.
You seem to have lost some momentum, certainly that we saw earlier in the season. What do you put that down to?
Well, it's been a rough old season, and I think it's taken its toll. Everyone on the team is feeling the pressure, and we've all been through a lot, so it's no excuse, but it's just the way things are, and we need to put it all behind us and keep moving forward.
And finally, Callie, I just wanted to ask how you're doing. It has been a really tough few weeks. For the team, for your family. I mean, how has it been racing with everything that's been going on?
Yeah, it's tough, to be honest. I've always said that I should let my racing do the talking, but maybe I do need to look at what I'm doing off the track too.
That's great, thank you.
Well, the interviews, very difficult questions there as we go into the post-race of Sao Paulo. An impressive defensive drive under difficult conditions sees Callie Mayer hold on in Brazil. However, there is much discussion as to whether it was the right call to make under the circumstances, with some believing she had time to pit and improve on her position. Yeah, I said it's going to ruffle. I said it was going to ruffle some feathers, and there's probably going to be a couple of phone calls in the midst, as Casper Ackerman's got to deal with a little bit of admin here.
Could you take a look
problem
at this
called Devon. Devon is pushing the sponsorship deal with Harmonia, a stricken cosmetic brand that is currently under a lawsuit, facing a lawsuit. And yeah, we don't need to think about this one. We have the option of stalling, seeing how things play out, or vetoing the decision. Casper Ackerman's not very no-nonsense to this sort of thing, so I would think he would veto the decision, and we're not going to take that. Also, Devon's guru is a little bit upset that we didn't take that, but is taking it out on a few of the staff members as well. So, yeah, can't make everyone happy, but I feel that this is the sort of thing that Casper Ackerman would do. As we have a few bits of admin to do, we lose a little bit on the reputation for the performance area. But now we've got a few bits of admin to do, and now we've got a phone call coming, I believe.
Hey Cal, everything okay? I saw your interview today.
I don't know. I think I'm going a bit insane.
More than usual?
All right, old man.
Okay. I mean, jokes aside, I understand. I think, given the circumstances, you're doing really well. Is there anything you need from me? I mean, can I help?
Well, I think I changed my mind and I'd like to give therapy a go. Is that okay? Not too late?
Never too late. I'll set it all up for you.
Cool. I'm a bit nervous about it. I find it hard to talk to people.
Hey, you talk to me?
I guess so. Okay. Thanks. I'm going to run now and get in the ice bath, but chat soon?
Chat soon. Bye, Cal.
Well, seems that that chat with Aidan Jackson has actually managed to break through Callie's shell a little bit, and she's asked to speak to a therapist of her own accord.
Devon?
Yeah, that was unacceptable with a laughingstock at the paddock. I'm on my way up.
Oh, that's good, because we need to talk. Why are you going over my head to make a deal with Harmonia? Listen, they're the laughingstock.
Your office, 5 minutes.
Oh, Devon's not happy. I have a feeling that Casper and Devon are going to have it out in the argument and that. I don't want to click, but I'm going to have to if I want to proceed. Oh, God.
It was time to pick, Cass. Why didn't we get that wing replaced?
It was marginal. We asked Kelly how the car felt and she wanted to push.
She's becoming a liability.
Now she's driving well.
No, you need to keep an eye on her.
I do?
These are your drivers, Casper. You need to keep them in check. That includes Callie. If she's not behaving herself, that's your responsibility, mate.
I know.
Because I'm telling you now, there is something wrong with her.
Are you okay?
She's not right in the head. Why can't anyone else see it?
Well, she's coping. So?
She should be sad. Why isn't she sad?
It's complicated for her.
Oh, and it's not for me.
I didn't mean it like that.
So what did you mean then, Casper? How is it different for her? Huh?
It's none of my business.
Oh, poor Callie. But Devon's all right. Devon will be fine, no problems. Is that it?
Oh, come on, Devon.
Yeah, and only the wise Casper Ackerman can possibly understand her grief. Huh? No, tell me. Yeah? Enlighten me, Casper. How is it different for her? I mean, she's your favorite after all, right?
That's not what this is about, is it?
No. How is it different for her? How is the death of my father different for her?
Because your father had 2 kids, and he only raised 1. Sorry, I shouldn't have said that.
You know what, Casper? I think Konnersport needs a change of direction.
It wasn't my place.
Yeah. No, it's, I'm not convinced you're making optimal decisions. Title slipped away.
Come on, Devon.
I've been thinking about it for a while, actually.
Let's just talk about this.
Your services at Konnersport are no longer required, mate. I hereby terminate your contract.
Are you for real?
With immediate effect. Ciao, Casper. Close the door on the way out.
Where is he now?
I don't know, he's just gone.
Call him. Get him to come back.
Well, hang on, wait. Where are you going?
I'm gonna talk some sense into that idiot brother of mine. We are not doing this without Casper.
Callie talked to him and Aiden too. They tried to get him to change his mind. They were angry. Well, I was angry.
Did you try to change his mind?
No, Devon and I didn't talk again for a while.
And then what happened?
Well, that was that. I went home.
Oh, if things didn't get worse for Konnersport, if it doesn't rain, it pours. We're going to the Qatar Grand Prix 1 month later for Chapter 7, with the team reeling following a poor run of form and the dismissal of team principal Casper Ackerman. Devon Butler looks to turn to a familiar face to help right the ship at Konnersport. Well, we've seen him before. I've got a feeling who it might be. So, yeah, but I'm guessing that was an inevitability, that argument with Devon and Casper. Now we get a choice for this next chapter of Callie and Aiden, who we drive as. I'm going to pick Aiden. We've seen quite a bit of Callie over the last few chapters, so we're going to go with Aiden Jackson, the man who's done his best to keep the ship going, and as the man who's unfortunately been caught in the middle of all this, so we're going to give him the opportunity to shine at Qatar.
Were you worried about the team's performance without Casper?
No. I had a plan.
What plan?
Getting a new team principal. Or an old one.
So why did you take the position as team principal at Konnersport, having stepped down from the role only 2 seasons prior?
You have kids?
Yes.
Okay, so one of them calls you and says, I need you. You're there, right? Any parent would be. Konnersport was my child, my baby. I made that team. I would do anything for them. But I made it clear to Devon that I would only accept that job on a temporary basis.
The man who started it all, Andrea, is back at the head of Konnersport, and I like the way he referred to it as his child. His child asked for help, and he come a knocking. So, yeah, that's we've got Andrea Connor on a temporary basis, it turns out. So, well, that's the deal he struck with Devon. So we're just gonna no phone calls this time as we go through Aiden Jackson's messages and that. So not a lot to do as we go into mid-race at Qatar. Andrea Connor's hopes of an easy first race back as team principal are dashed early in the offing as Callie Mayer is forced to retire from Qatar following an engine fault. The responsibility now falls to Aiden Jackson to try and salvage as many points as possible for Konnersport. So Andrea has come back and he's already been dipped into the shark tank of Formula One. So let's see what we can do.
Right, Callie's had to retire from the race.
So it's just me then?
Yep, just you, Aiden. Let's go.
Right, so not many laps to go, and we've got to fly the flag solo with Aiden Jackson to get to P3 at the end of this race. We're currently in P7 at the moment, so we're not too far off. There is quite a big gap as Hamilton pulls into the pit, so that gives us a free position straight off the bat already. So there's a big gap from P4 Carlos Sainz to P3 as we now catch up to Piastri going on to the next lap on start of lap number 10. We've got the DRS as we go past him, so fairly slam dunk move there as we now chase after the first Ferrari of Carlos Sainz, and it's Lando Norris who is in P3 just ahead as we're now pushing Carlos Sainz through this hairpin in the middle sector as we then switch to the right hand side and duck up the inside of the Ferrari, and that gives us this lovely pocket of clean air, especially around a track like this. This is a MotoGP track at the end of the day, so we need all the clear air we can get around here. We're now going to chase after Lando Norris for P3 as we now head towards the start of the final sector now as we make our moves to... Oh no!
No! I've got a puncture.
Yep, copy. Box.
Just when you think nothing else can go wrong.
I agree, Aiden. I agree. We've now got a puncture. Fortunately, it was near the end of the lap, so we can crawl back to the pit lane. But I still think we're going to lose a whole metric load of places here. So, yeah. If that isn't going to seal Konnersport's fate, I don't know what will. We had to go really slowly to avoid the tyre falling apart and making the whole situation even worse than it was. We've already started losing places to the Aston Martin, Haas. There goes one of the Alpines. There goes the second Haas. We're down in P14, and the things updated. We've now got to overtake. We've got 4 laps to get up to P8 from P14, so we got to overtake 7 cars in half as many laps, pretty much. So we've had to get a little bit dicey with Hulkenberg there. We had to cut to the inside there to avoid him turning in on us. So we've got to get our head down on fresh tyres and we've got to get moving. So we're going to use these tyres all the way as we cross the DRS detection point before going into the final corner. We then overtake Sonoda. We got a little bit of a collision with him as we bumped into the back of him, but needs must, we've got to get these moves done. We can't waste any more time with 3 laps to go now. And we're now closing up on P11, which is Ocon, as we again latch onto the back of him, push him through the hairpin and get him on the exits off the corner. And now we've got the second Haas of Kevin Magnussen ahead of us. We can't waste any more time here. Get on the ERS off the slow corner, power past him into P10, and now we've only got 2 cars separating us between us and P8, and that's Alonso and Hamilton. 9 world championships between these two men as we set the fastest lap in the Grand Prix, all purple sectors in the process, so we are flying. But we've got 5 seconds in 2 laps to find between ourselves and now Pierre Gasly. Hamilton's overtaken Gasly, but we've caught up to Alonso again off that hairpin. Get the power down early and overtake him on the outside as we now cut now to the end of this same lap. Gasly was on the soft tyres, but they must have dropped off a cliff, because I caught that 5 seconds in one lap, and now it is a formality as we power past him down the pit straight. He doesn't even put up a fight. His tyres are gone. There's no second guessing that now. So his tyres were completely cooked in that closing stint now as we move towards the end of lap 14. We've already caught up to Hamilton now as well. And at the same time as well, if you look up in distance, Perez is not that far away. We're now moving to the final sector. We've gone purple again in sectors 1 and 2 as we follow Hamilton through this lovely sequence of corners, and Perez ahead of us. Perez, his tyres were even more knackered than Hamilton's. Hamilton obviously came in that stop before us, as you know, but yeah, we very nearly, one more lap, we probably could have had P6, but as we follow through the corner, that dirty air understeer, we get the drive off the corner, but we don't have, unfortunately, we don't have quite enough battery to be able to catch Hamilton, but yeah, I think that's pretty much sealed the deal for our championship aspirations this year.
Doesn't matter which way you look at it, Ant, that's a poor result for Konnersport today.
Yeah, it certainly is. They would have hoped for a better weekend than that. You had one driver out the race altogether, another one dealing with a puncture. That's really cost them dear.
And it's put to bed any notion that they can still compete for the championship, I think. At Red Bull, comfortable at the top of the standings, and Ferrari now leapfrog Konnersport into second.
Well, that sealed it. As you can see, Qatar post-race, Konnersport's nightmare race in Qatar seals their fate for the 2024 season. As a result, sends a surging Ferrari team past them in the constructors' standings. Yeah, everything after Davidoff's death, it all just completely fell apart. And this is the result. We went from P1 to P3, and everyone we talked to, Casper summed it up perfectly, no matter what we did.
We need your input on this one.
We just couldn't keep pace with Red Bull, and now Legacy Media, we've got Eckenberger on replying again, wondering if we're still going to do the advertising thing. Casper originally agreed to this, and I think because Andrea liked Casper running the team, so I think he would want to honour Casper's wishes, so I want to respect his decision and we'll say yes. Yeah, that's team's got a lot of soul searching to do going into 2025, as we're now gonna get a few phone calls.
Devon.
Oh, I am getting it in the neck for this, because I'm the guy that sacked the great Kasper Ackerman.
And that means you're the same guy who can bring him back.
He's not going to come back now, is he? Anyway, we've got you now.
I'm here temporarily, Devon. I can help Konnersport in other ways.
Well, if you want to help, you can tell me what happened out there with that puncture.
Debris.
What about Ferrari? You know, it was bad enough losing ground to Red Bull, but now we're third. Car's gone backwards.
We had a great car at the start of the season, and
by the end, other cars were better. Look, quick isn't quick enough. We have to develop faster.
Yeah, well, I'm working on it, okay? And you know who had a great relationship with engineering?
Oh, let me guess. Was it Casper? You know, if we talk about him enough, he might just appear. I'm gonna go. I just, got to talk to the press. They're circling. Ciao.
Yeah, Devon's under pressure now, and despite Andrea's best efforts to try and alleviate some of the pressure, he's not coping with it very well at all.
Hello?
Hello, Andrea, it's Mike.
Mike.
Mike Radford, board member at Butler Global.
Oh, Mike, hi. Yes, of course, Mike. Good to hear from you.
Yeah, thanks. Cheers. No, listen, I know you're busy, Andrea, but, well, welcome back. And I'm lucky out there today. Listen, given all the turbulence of the last few months, the shareholders are obviously quite shaken. And they're wondering...
No, Mike. Let me just stop you there. I got out of that world for a reason. I don't want to go back to talking about investments and fiduciary duty.
Yep. No, I understand that. But look, the truth be told, I'm confiding in you. I don't know who else to turn to. The shareholders are getting spooked. We've tried talking to Devon, but, well, he's not a natural diplomat. With your return, it felt like there was now someone in the fold who understands the language of the boardroom. Hence me reaching out to you.
I did get the numbers that were sent over, but I'll be honest, I didn't look too closely. I figured it was a routine thing.
Unfortunately not. I fear Davidoff hid the financial truth from you. The team is living beyond its means. We need to cut costs, quite urgently, I must say. If not, there's talk of some kind of motion to pull funding. The future of Konnersport is at stake.
I spent years building this team up from nothing. How can you expect me to come back and immediately gut it?
Because soon there might not be a team at all. Look, I know you're sold out, but you might be the only one who can save it.
I'll think about it. Look, let me talk to my team and we'll get back to you with a considered response.
Sure thing, Andrea. I'll send some details over to you, and thanks a lot for your time, okay? Bye-bye.
Oh, great. We're now running out of funds. So the team could possibly be liquidated. So that's great to hear on the financial front. We're going to move on now. A little bit more admin to do. The board, this is once again in regards to the conversation we just had with Mike on the phone. We can't do a pose with because we don't have the level 5 on the performance bar, so we're going to have to stall for as long as possible to avoid any of our team's assets being liquidated from us. And yeah, we're now going to head end of chapter 7 at the Ackerman residence. So with Konnersport's hopes of a world championship now dashed, the former team principal Casper Ackerman watches the season finale in Abu Dhabi from the comfort of his home. We're going to round out the episode there with the final cutscene, guys. So if you guys did enjoy the episode, do feel free to leave a like and share this video around. It really does help. Comment on the video as well if you're enjoying these videos as well. I do appreciate your feedback. Subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications so you don't miss any of those videos. I'm David Clayton of KZR Racing, and goodbye.
Champion of the world! Red Bull, brilliant celebrations for...
You know, I'd sacrificed so much for Formula One. I wouldn't have played it any other way, but Lily was growing up fast. And I'd already retired once. And I did a bit of mentoring for Callie just to keep myself busy. And, well, before I knew it, I was team principal at Konnersport, and it just took over my life again. I think with F1, I was an addict.
Dad, you ready?
And I was missing more birthdays, school plays, stupid stuff. Really important stuff. So, yeah, I think Devon did me a favor. For once, I felt I was exactly where I needed to be. And I wasn't going anywhere.